Good evening. Tuesday, right? Tuesday I met the doctor who is prescribing and monitoring my chemotherapy. He both impressed and inspired me. He answered all the questions that we had, and he sent me home with about a ton of reading material. Okay, a pound maybe. We were still waiting until yesterday afternoon for the analysis of exactly what subvariety of tumor this is. Just a minute, I gotta... Okay, so this is, by the way, my walking desk or treadmill desk made by the Lifespan company. And that's why I'm using it. I hope to lengthen my lifespan by being stronger for going into the radiation and chemo. So anyway, as I was saying, till yesterday afternoon, we were still waiting for the analysis of exactly what kind of subvariety of tumor I have in my head. Basically, they were looking for one or two particular genetic markers that qualify me for some different studies. And if you want to read more about that, you can go find that on my Facebook page. But in this particular field, for glioblastoma, there are new things happening all the time. There are a lot of people working on this. New chemo drugs. The study that looks like I will be able to get into is using bacteria to develop vaccines that attack the tumor cells directly. How awesome is that? So yeah, we can teach bacteria to do tricks for us now. Really good tricks. It's experimental at this point. But anyway, till yesterday, parts of my brain tumor were still out wandering around the labs waiting for gene sequencing. Dr. Lufkin, like others have, points out that I am definitely ahead of the pack when it comes to overall health going into this. This means recovering faster than average from surgery, as well as a good possibility of the radiation and chemo being safer and more effective. So it does pay to eat right, exercise, and get plenty of rest. By the way, we've walked, I've walked half a mile while you've been watching me, or while I've been editing. So don't ever stop, eating right and living healthy, because you never know when it might come in handy. The radiation setup was yesterday. Basically, they put a big plastic grid over, my whole face. They heat it up, and then it forms the face, so that when you're done, you have a mask that holds your head, and your nose fits in one spot, and that's where it goes. And then they put all the lines and stuff on the outside, showing how to align that when I lay it there. And then they'll write a program for the radiotherapy. So basically, once the chemo drug arrives, when you take that drug, it sensitizes the cells to radiation, so then when you hit them with the radiation, they go poof. So the idea is either stop them from growing, kill them altogether, or better yet, shrink the thing. Now, inevitably, the radiation and the chemotherapy are going to affect some of the healthy cells besides the tumor cells. So there are possible side effects from the chemo, besides the tiredness and easy to sunburn and maybe not eating so well. Possibly things that are related to the very first symptoms I had with this. I don't know for sure, but I'm trying to remain alert to all of those things. So there were several pages of tips in the brochures the doctor gave me about side effects, and just lists too, lots of possible side effects. So one of the possibilities I'm planning for is losing hair here. Now, since they're not doing radiation on the whole hair, it's possible I could keep some of it. Nevertheless, I've ordered books full of crochet patterns for hats and scarves. Heidi and I like crocheting and, you know, all the different yarns they have at Joann's now. But once the chemo starts at the 18th and the radiation, then my main job is to pay close attention to the side effects, write them down, talk to the doctor every day about what I've been doing, how I'm feeling, and then they get to take all that information and digest it. The biggest book the doctor gave me is, I'll turn around again here, is this one here. Let me see if I can actually find the front. So this is put out by, this is the manufacturer of Temodar, their book on, you know, using their drug. So lots of good stuff in here, lots of good information. More interesting for me, calendar pages. And besides the calendar pages, there are stickers. So there's stickers to help you understand your dosage. There's stickers for when you get a break, because you can't just take the stuff non-stop. There's little stickers. Come on, I know you're here somewhere. Yes. Stickers to put on the calendar for blood test days, stickers to put on the calendar for appointment days. So the blood test days are to check plate counts, because if you use too much of this stuff, your plate counts go down, that's bad. And if you don't use enough, well, why not? Because you're trying to kill cancer cells. So this calendar only goes to December of 2014, so in my opinion, it is too short. My personal goal, I need at least 5 more months than that, so I can be around for my daughter's 21st birthday. Dr. Lufkin is very excited about his profession as a whole, about all his colleagues, about the conference he's going to on this next week, the number of vaccines and new drugs and studies. There's like multiple trials going on right now on all kinds of different ideas. So I'm borrowing his optimism. So please, thank you for your support. Please keep on praying, and don't forget to be awesome. Oh, let's see. And we finished 0.57 miles, so that's good.